Depot on the beat.
I couldn't believe it, even when out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood, nigga, we fighting demons. Been double dead by the devil, and I'm still in the field. Now you get to watch me get it up out of the mud. I couldn't believe it, even when I was out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood, nigga, we fighting demons. I've been double dead by the devil, and I'm still undefeated. Now y'all get to watch me get it up out of the mud.
Now y'all get to see me without a mug. Everything that I do gon' be out of love. And I'm tired of these trials and these tribulations. And I'm sick of my name always getting drugged. But no, I ain't budge. All of this money and you not pursuing it. All of this time you don't know what to do with it. Counterproductive and counterintuitive. Why you be acting like you all brand new to it? Straight from the gutter, boy, we getting sewer. As soon as we get it, you know we gon' move it quick. All of this money I made from the block. Get out the game and invest it in stock. Bought me a whip, get the rest of it up. When you saving, don't stop, man, it messes them up. When we don't be fine, but we stay on our grind. All of my niggas is stepping it up, and they foot on our neck and no letting it up. We love with the playing field, even the battle. My son is a scientist, he's splitting at us. Need us more geniuses, I know we got them. I know it's in us, I'm bringing it out. I know I ain't perfect, I'm making them out on Capitol Hill, and I'm bringing them houses. The path that I'm on should nobody follow.
I couldn't believe it, even when out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood, nigga, we fighting demons. Been double dead by the devil, and I'm still in the field. Now you get to watch me get it up out of the mud. I couldn't believe it, even when I was out of eye, and I still couldn't see it. This is much deeper than flesh and blood, nigga, we fighting demons. I've been double dead by the devil, and I'm still undefeated. Now y'all get to watch me get it up out of the mud.
We fought hard on this road this longer. Fighting each other won't make us no stronger. I need this niggas been fighting this hunger. I'm at my worst and ain't getting no wronger. No change of silence, I'm making it through. I flip a chair or a table or two. They won't believe what I'm able to do. I'm making these moves, but this is a new movement. My dog at the gate and all praises and Anubis. I'm getting too lit in my boat pack with doobies. On my way up and I break through your roof and shot for the moon and it made me a star. Got so much drive I can make it to Mars. Can't promise a day that I'll make it tomorrow. Every time that we make is to pay what we borrow. It's to pay what we borrow.
Yo, man, what's going on, man? Power to the dark side, power to the dark side. Man, goddamn. Bro, when the divestment conversation goes too fucking far. When that divestment conversation goes too fucking far, bro. This shit is ridiculous. When you start propagating the same African hate that everybody else is propagating against yourself, it's called suicidal. That's what that's called. It's called self-hate. It's called suicidal. You can't separate. I can't separate myself from black women. It's not possible. So the minute I start talking about black women and how useless black women are, guess what? I become just as useless. Like it's ridiculous, and to even think that you can even make sense out of the discussion. Now, how the fuck we go from talking about Russia and Ukraine to the reason why the war is happening is because of African immigrants? Like, what the hell? Africans then took over the fucking drug trade in Europe now. Like, get the fuck out of here. Niggas ain't took over no drug trade nowhere. Niggas participate in the market, just like every other market that we participate in. Nigga, there ain't no fucking market that black people are controlling. Niggas sound crazy. This is what I be meaning by these certain discussions aren't for everybody. There's levels to these discussions. There's levels to them. Niggas don't even know what the fuck the war is about. You're talking about Russia and Ukraine. You're talking about capitalism versus communism, which I've been breaking down to you niggas in every fucking debate. Nobody pays attention. Nobody pays attention. I can't do it, bro. Like, at what point, right, do you actually realize, like, damn, the whole world is against this? There's no you, oh, I'm just gonna step outside of the line. Nigga, that's you included. Like, and that's what I be meaning by talking about nigga issues with non-niggas. That's the shit I be talking about. That's the shit I be talking about. We're gonna keep up the same propaganda. So now we got African immigrants coming over there with nothing. They're controlling the drug trade. They then took over the drug trade from the Europeans and the Afghanis, who mind you are the producers of the fucking products that the Africans are selling. So how the fuck did they take over the drug trade? Like, niggas don't have no goddamn common sense, bro. They don't understand how shit functions. They don't understand the world around them. And then you want to try to take personal problems and then project them onto everybody else. The shit's retarded. You have no fucking sense. That divestment shit, it's gone too fucking far. I can't, bro. I can't. I let a lot of shit slide, but once it starts, the African rhetoric, hate, I gotta chop you off at the fucking knees. You sound like a goddamn Hebrew to me. That's why now I know divestment is some fucking Asiatic Hebrew hate ass shit, bro. I'm telling y'all, it's anti-African shit, just like everybody the fuck else. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna go ahead and be 100 with it. That divestment shit is 100% anti-African. Black people, niggas is just, where the fuck is niggas taking over the market at? Where? Show me a market black people has created in this system. Show me one. There are multiple markets. There's the drug market. Even when you go and they talk about the stock market, and within the stock market, there are multiple markets. You got the tech sector, you got the pot sector, all that. What market have we created? Nigga, we only get in where we fit in. Y'all gotta stop with this dumb shit. Niggas is controlling the goddamn drug trade in Europe. From the Afghanistan, huh? The producers of poppy then lost control over the drug trade to Africans who ain't producing shit. How the fuck is that possible? Niggas sound crazy and delusional. So what? These Africans who ain't got no weapons or nothing, what they went to goddamn Afghanistan and took over the poppy fields where the American soldiers are? Niggas sound crazy, bro. It's anti-African rhetoric. The divestment shit has got to end. And if I have to, I will make it my personal agenda to destroy that shit. Because you niggas don't know what the fuck you talking about. You don't know how the system functions. And all niggas know to do is talk. All we got to do is get our money together. I keep telling you niggas, you're recycling the same money that's never going to make more money. Stop talking about money and revolution. They don't go together in the same conversation. They don't match. They just won't. Niggas is controlling the drug trade. Like, we literally just got blamed for the fucking war between Russia and Ukraine. What the hell is this? Peace, family. And shout out, man, to Shay Bo. Shout out to Shay Love. Shout out to Green 101. Man, I appreciate y'all in the building. I can't do the anti-African shit, bro. And y'all know, I like people to get off their shit. I do. But y'all already know where I flip my switch is. It's once it leans towards African hate. That's my switch. Like, after that, oh no, bro, we're done. This divestment conversation has to end. Have that shit somewhere the fuck else. I don't understand. If you're divested, divest. That's it. If you are divested, divest. Shout out to Shantae Lawson. Shout out to Green Equal B in the building. I appreciate y'all. That's simple. Like, real divestors, divested. You don't hear from them. They don't have shit to say about you. And I ain't got shit to say about them. Like, it's crazy that discussion went, and like I said, it sounds like some Hebrew, Moorish, Asiatic, African hate shit. It sounds the same. It sounds the same. It's the same rhetoric. The moment it comes out of your mouth that black people have took over the drug trade in Europe, and then look at who they took over the drug trade from the Siberians and from the Afghanistans. Are y'all fucking joking with me right now? The number one producers in the world that lost they spot to the Africans who don't produce anything. Come on, y'all. That shit don't even make sense. Yeah. You said I saw a news report about a couple of black Ukrainian men who were standing in the middle of the house. And exactly. Exactly. They were just ignored. Exactly. I'm not a fan of the situation going on. I don't like to see the Africans on there begging to fucking try to get out of a country they shouldn't have been in the fucking first place. And the part of where and the reason why they even over there is because of how we view the system or the infrastructure that we live in, which I told y'all it's not sustainable. So niggas is fighting hard to go and get over into these places because they've been looking good for so long. But now they starting to show their true face. What you're seeing right now is who the fuck they always have been. That's not changing. This is exactly who they say they are. Shout out to Mongo Slade. Listen to how they discuss shit. Niggas is talking about racism don't exist like that over there in Europe. The Africans is the issue. But when you look at the actual situation, the only reason why this is a big deal to the world is because it's two European nations fighting against each other. Mind you, the disrespect that they show you right in your fucking face. The dude literally got on there and said, "This is uncivilized. European nations don't function like this." As if they didn't just invade Iraq. As if we didn't just see them invade Afghanistan. As if they ain't constantly causing trouble and friction in the Congo. We know for a fact that they sent CIA agents into Liberia to disrupt and cause a civil war. Shout out to Domo, the political plug is in the building. Like it's almost ridiculous. That divestment, once it gets to anti-African rhetoric, I have to now step in. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not gonna be no black people are controlling the drug trade on my fucking watch. How the hell niggas is taking over? You just got through saying these very same Africans that went into Europe with fucking nothing. Nothing. They ain't got no guns, no nothing. But yet they didn't took over the drug trade from the Afghanistan. How? How, Sway? Y'all have got to break that down for me. And that's what I be meaning by dummies having conversations on levels above them. This ain't your type of talk. Stick to shit that you deal with. This ain't it. That divestment shit, take it and divest. I'm happy for you. Divest, please. Because certain discussions don't need to be around niggas. Period. Period. You can't keep up the same fucking propaganda that everybody else around. I just heard the most conservative propaganda I've ever heard in my life. And then try to separate yourself from it. No, nigga, you're included in that propaganda. When they having these discussions about how many black people they have to take care of and how that's women included. You niggas is sick. Something's wrong. I'm not doing the anti-African hate shit. You're not finna be blaming black people around globally for the problems going on in the world. We participate in markets. We don't control nothing. We don't control nothing. You're a participator. And you happy to participate. The moment that shit is shut down, we'll see where the drug trade. Look at how niggas was affected by the drug trade in California once they legalized weed. Why? Because you don't produce weed. You niggas is crazy. You are participating in the market. You ain't controlling the market. That's two different things. Like, this is crazy. We ain't controlling. We ain't controlling crime or what they call the underground world. We don't control the regular world. We control no systems. So no, you can't blame us for the fucking problems going on around you. Sorry. Niggas is put you like it's just crazy when, and this is what I be talking about by victim shame, victim blame. This is the same thing. You're in a predicament where you're fighting over the same dollar, and yet you're being they're building propaganda while they watch you fight over the same dollar. Silliness. Not on my watch. I'm sorry. If you are divested, divest. That's easy. That's easy. And I would drop. I don't even. And just to spare, I don't even. I won't even mention her name. But we've had a divested, somebody who has divested a part of the league, and not one time did any of these fucking type of conversations ever occur. Not one time. And I noticed that once these discussions started coming around here, I haven't seen her in a while. I don't know if y'all noticed that. I know Domo know who I'm talking about. I guarantee he can think of it, and some other people. Haven't even seen her in a while. She stayed away. Why? Because she didn't like the energy of the discussion. She don't agree with it. True divestors don't talk about that shit. I be saying, these folks are crazy. This ain't what Alice Walker was teaching. This is not the agenda of Kimberly Crenshaw. This YouTube shit is a perversion of womanism. I'm just telling you straight out flat. It's a perversion of womanism. I'm a womanist. I'm a womanist. I'm against patriarchy. I'm a womanist. I understand the arguments that Alice Walker is making. I understand why I'm anti-European culture. I'm for African culture. So I understand where Kimberly Crenshaw is coming from. I feel that. But this YouTube divestment, this whatever that shit is a perverted version of what womanism is. That is not it. That is not it. Nowhere does Alice Walker in womanism say she could give a fuck about what happened to a black man. It doesn't say that. That's not the tenets of womanism. It doesn't match. I'm sorry, Nico B. Yeah, black people, Africans just got blamed for the fucking war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is because the resources are running out because the African immigrants been over there in Europe sucking up all the resources and creating crime and taking over the drug trade and pimping out women. Stop it. Like, come on, man. Like, and I don't see how you think you're going to separate yourself from that. Because what you're saying is we're useless. We're white people. This is a good time. We all we're doing is sucking out you guys' resources. Go ahead and take us out. And for some reason, you think they just gonna say, "Oh, let's just kill off the black men." They hate you just as much. Right in your face, they said, "We're not supposed to be fighting this war." Why? Because it's two European countries. Two European countries. They're saying they're civilized. They don't do this. They sit down and discuss these issues. But when they have an issue with us, they just invade. Why? Because they don't see you as civilized. And so when you go in and you make an argument against yourself, against your own people, that they're not civilized and they're savage and they do all of this shit, what are you doing? Whose side are you on? If you don't have a side, or you're not on this side, get the fuck over there. Move on. I don't understand how, like, these are the most non-divested divestors I've ever seen in my fucking life, bro. On my mama. The most non-divested divestors I've ever seen. You don't see real divestors. You don't hear from real divestors because they don't fuck with niggas. They're not gonna waste their breath. They're not gonna waste their time. This is some perverted troll shit that's just gotten way out of hand. Like I be lit, and I'm like, damn. So I be thinking I'm listening to a fucking Trump rally or something. What the hell is wrong with these niggas? Spilling that conservative ass rhetoric. The shit is anti-black. The shit is anti-African. It's anti-self. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm not giving no passes for that shit. You say some dumb shit, I'm cutting you off at the knees. I'm sorry. Take that divestment shit somewhere else. You don't understand how systems function. You don't understand how the world functions. You don't understand what's going on around you. Leave that shit for somebody else. Shout out to the real divested people who have divested and moved the fuck on. They will never hear this message because they divested. I can't do it. You're anti-community. This is silly. Why we ain't just talking about the people that shooting up? People shoot up places. We know what niggas is doing. The point is to change the environment so the things that produce those conditions don't exist no more. You don't fucking talk about the symptoms. We passed the symptoms. We know what the symptoms are. We're fucked up. We do fucked up shit on this planet. We know exactly what the symptoms are. We're trying to get to the disease so we can cure it. You niggas want to sit around and talk about symptoms all day. Shit crazy. So yeah, facts. Global warming. If we get blamed for global warming. So much so that in California they put a CO2 tax saying that niggas was breathing too much of their fucking air. So now guess what? You get taxed to breathe in Cali now, nigga. You get taxed to breathe now. That's why not understanding what's going on around you. Quit trying to make black people or Africans the face of bullshit. When we looking at the face of bullshit. You literally talking, we looking at the face of bullshit. They literally showing their face, and we're gonna look right past them and say, nah, but look at those little ass Africans over there, which ain't got no fucking control over nothing. They're the issue. Y'all niggas gotta stop with that shit. Y'all gotta stop. And the issues with the immigrants in Ukraine, that's an issue of us worshiping this fucking infrastructure. I told y'all already, get over this infrastructure. You will not participate one way or another. It is already happening around you. Either way it goes, you're going to have to non-participate. Stop worrying about this infrastructure. This shit is crumbling around you. It's trash. It's trash. You're so marveled by the shit that they built. Nothing that they built lasts. Nothing. Everything that's built here, they have to constantly keep upkeeping, constantly keep working on. Think we done built shit that's still standing for thousands of years. Stop fucking fantasizing over this infrastructure. It ain't shit. It's not sustainable. It looks good. But the flavor, it ain't hitting on shit. It ain't hitting on shit. You ever went somewhere and got to go get some chicken, that shit look hella good? And when you bite in, it's like no seasoning. The flavor ain't there. It look good. The flavor ain't there. It's not gonna hold up. It's not gonna hold up. I've been telling y'all what's going on. I've been told y'all there's no buying land in the revolution. I've been told y'all that shit. I've been told y'all there's no credit plan in a revolution. Now we getting ready to walk into World War III. 40 million people in California is getting ready to lose power. We can't get supplies to America from the border from Canada. The truck isn't stopped. They're on strike. And all niggas can talk about is black businesses. It's like credit and money. Shit around you is changing. The way that you see currency needs to change. The way that you see work needs to change. The way that you even see feeding yourself and your family is going to have to change. Walmart won't be there much longer. I guarantee it. The lights ain't going to be on much longer. There's no, this whole 2050, I've been telling y'all, we don't have until 2050. We don't have until 2050. You got to understand, by the time we get any information, we are already 50 years behind. We're already 50 years behind. So when they say by 2050 we would be a permanent underclass, guess where we are right now? A permanent underclass. Talking about some, we're going to grind up, we're going to just revolve our money with each other, and it'll somehow appear more money. Stop it. Yeah, that's a fact, Shante. There's no buying no land. They didn't buy this land. They didn't get their credit right. They didn't have a 750 and then come and kidnap us and put us to work for free. It wasn't because they had a 750 credit that they got all of this land from the Indians. I promise you. I promise you their credit had nothing to do with it. And that's what I be meaning by bitch made. They done took your shit, you trying to buy it back. You got me fucked up. This is the moment we all been waiting for. You're distracted. I'm getting ready to hit you in your shit. I'm not paying you for nothing. I'm finna slap you. It's coming. So no, there's no discussion. We're not buying land, we're taking land. We're not buying resources, we're taking resources. We're not doing the regular shit no more. There's no win in that. You win by changing the game. You win by changing the rules. The only thing we should be focused on is how do we revolutionize the way war is fought? Because that's the next step. Each time there's a revolution in war, in the way that it's fought, those people who revolutionize it are the ones who end up sitting on top. We are sitting at the so while you talking about, we're thinking about using the same weaponry and all of that they had. You don't have to think about that. Think of something else. We're past that. The nuclear age, that's exactly what it was. An age. We're moving past the nuclear age. We will revolutionize the way that war is fought. Again. So yeah, it was cute. They got the split atoms. They look good for however many years it's been. Time is up. Time is up. I'm telling you, time is up. The clock has been ticking. I mean, we've been seeing the warning signs. We've been seeing it. Even when we look at the different stuff that was going over here in the Americas, the riots, all of the police shootings that was getting publicity, the documents that was secretly getting leaked from the police departments and the videos and all of that. You know who was doing that, right? Y'all do know that was Russia, right? Russia's been destabilizing, trying to destabilize America since Trump. If you look at what was happening here, it's the same thing that happens when we destabilize other countries. Same blueprint. Go look at what happened in Iraq. Same blueprint. Russia pulled that shit on us. Yeah, the Xenobots. Fact. Facts. See, a lot of people don't know that during the Black Panther Party, I don't know that the Russians were arming us, right? You know, a lot of people be talking, what we gonna do? We don't have nothing. You know, when you actually don't come together, shit falls in place for you. You know, when you get organized, shit falls in place. When the Black Panthers got organized, there were multiple countries that were not only sending them weapons, were willing to send them whatever. Where do you think we got the anti uh, uh, the anti-armory whatever you call them weapons? You know, the little rocket launchers and shit. Those came from Russia. Those came from Russia. Don't think there hasn't been there's been a relationship between niggas and Russia, because the ideology that Russia carries is closer to the ideology that Africans have carried globally forever. Communalism. Now it doesn't function the exact same way in Russia the way it would under African rule. But one thing that Russians and Africans do agree with, along with other countries, we're not for capitalism. We're not for capitalism. I'm totally against private ownership. You don't own anything. The minute you start owning things, the minute people start going poor, you create poverty. You create poverty with ownership. If everybody has been drinking at the water hole for centuries upon centuries upon centuries, and I come and privatize that water hole and then set up a fence and charge an admission fee for you to come in and get money and get the water, what did I just do? I just created a situation where now you have to figure out something else to do in order to come and get money, in order to come and get the water. I just created your poverty. Because before you didn't need anything to go and get water, but the bucket you was getting ready to carry it in. Now you have to go find something that you can give to me that's of value that would allow you to do that. That will now allow you to get this water and bring it back to your family. I'm creating the poverty. When the water is supposed to be open in the first place. If I put property up on all of the land and privatize the land and then tell you, you now have to pay me to live on this land that you have been living on for free for centuries upon centuries upon centuries, I just created homelessness. Because now you either have to figure out a way to pay me, give me something of value, or you have to go find somewhere else. I created your homelessness. The world can't function like this. It can't maintain like this. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And this is a problem too when you get a few people controlling all of the resources. That was another thing we talked about. The African immigrants in Europe needing, like, bro, Europe is only functioning the way it's functioning because of the resources they stole from the African immigrants. So if they want to go there and get food stamps, fucking right, they deserve it. Nigga, that's their food stamps. That's their lights. Like, you niggas sound silly. These fucking people ain't got no goddamn resources to keep no lights on, especially in Europe. They still in African shit. And you gonna sit up here and say, oh, they gotta feed the nigga. If it wasn't for the Africans, your fucking system ain't even functioning correct. And you talking about feeding the Africans. Man, fuck y'all. Don't worry. We will starve y'all out one day. I swear to God. I pray I don't never get no control, man. Just pray I don't get control. Because it's not gonna be pretty, I'm telling y'all right now. It's not gonna be pretty. And I'm not gonna try to make it pretty. We get straight through this shit and moving the fuck on. Exactly. Exactly, Mongo. Exactly. If people control the water, it causes chaos. Plenty of water. It's not enough water for you to fucking water grass in the desert. No, we don't have enough water to sustain you watering grass in the desert 3 times a day. Sorry. But there's plenty of water for everybody on the planet to constantly drink and never go thirsty. We don't have enough water for you to just waste it running through the fucking sink all damn day, unthawing food and shit. We don't have enough water for that. No, but we have plenty of water for everybody to be able to drink forever. We just don't have shit to waste. And that's what I be telling you. You're in the infrastructure is built on waste. The very foundation is waste. You know how much food the restaurants throw away on a nightly basis? And in a lot of places, it's been restaurants I worked at, bro, they will fire you over eating a fucking French fry. They will fire you over eating a fucking French fry. Won't even offer you the food that you're getting ready to throw away. And I'm talking about you throw away pounds and pounds and pounds of fucking food. Go check some of these restaurants. Just go look in the dumpster. Just go look in the dumpster. You'll find plenty, you'll find pounds of lettuce, pounds of chicken. No, we don't have enough for you to waste shit. But we got plenty it's plenty of stuff for everybody to have enough. There's just not enough for you to waste. There's not enough for you to constantly waste shit. And that's all, and that's the infrastructure. The infrastructure is built on waste. They're literally running out of water in California, and rich people have went and built a big ass golf course in the desert and are still in the water from the Colorado River, right? That, mind you, powers for 40 million people. They're still in that water in order to water a golf course in the middle of a fucking desert. There's plenty. It's just not enough for you to do dumb shit. And that's why we have to understand when you're up against ideology. Scarcity is one of the strongest ideologies that is on the planet today. Scarcity will make you look at the person right next to you like a meal, like food. That's what scarcity is. It's its own doctrine. It's its own ideology. It puts its place in your heart. It buries itself deep in there in your heart. I promise you. I promise you. To the point of you have no issue walking over people downtown because you believe there's not enough anyway. And it's their fault they sleeping on the corner. Not the fact that somebody privatized the space, put them in the predicament to where now they got to pay for a space that should be free in the first place. But no, it's their fault that you step over. And mind you, if we just house everybody, where would we live? The ideology of scarcity. It's a dangerous ideology. When we talk about, see, even in the song I talk about flesh and blood. It's in reference to it being a spiritual battle, but we see the spiritual battle and how it manifests itself in the real world. And so a lot of times we're fighting against a certain excuse me, we're fighting against a certain mindset. So right now, the mindset that we are fighting against collectively, we don't think that there's anything better outside of this system. And we don't believe that we can build anything better for each other outside of this system. Therefore, we believe in this system, we function in this system, and if it goes, we're willing to go. See, there has to be a certain amount of belief and faith taking place in this system because nobody's really making preparations for where they're gonna get food, water, and even shelter without Walmart, without the way that the system usually functions. Nobody's truly thinking about that. Why? Because you believe and you have faith that when you go into Walmart, what you need will be on the shelves. You have faith that when you leave out, those doors will be open. Otherwise, you would start your hunt at 5 a.m., right? Right? You would want to start your hunt early. Could you imagine you done waited all day to get something to eat? You go out, it's 5 o'clock, none of the stores got anything. Now, how much time do you have to go and find food? Barely any. But you got faith in Walmart. You know it's going to be open. You believe in its system. It carries its own ideology, whether you know it or you don't. You're fighting against a mindset. Do I agree with the Hebrew Israelite doctrine? No. But the tactics are correct. When we're dealing with black people, the first thing that we are supposed to be doing is dealing with the mindset. If we can change our mindset, then the way that we move won't be an issue. But we're gonna move easy. The point is changing our mind. Right now, we don't believe we can move. We don't believe we have to move. We don't believe we should move. There's so many different things going on that we're not taking the necessary steps to ensure self-preservation. And any people that aren't trying to ensure self-preservation, it's suicidal. This go along, get along mentality has got to end. You can't just keep functioning with the rest of the world not paying attention to what's going on around you. Black people believe in the American system more than the people who built the American system. That's sad. That's sad. It wasn't black people that stormed the Capitol. That was white people. The majority of the voters at that was them. They already know the system is fucked up. They know that the system and the infrastructure is not sustainable. They already know that. They in a fight. Niggas is walking around like nigga, everything is all gravy and good. What the hell is wrong with y'all? White people are storming the Capitol. Black people are talking about how we're gonna build black businesses and you know get our money to start cycling through the community. What the fuck? If that ain't the most backward shit I've ever heard of in my life, the country itself doesn't believe in itself, but black people do. How dangerous is that? Think about it. The very people who built this country, who built this system, who the system is for. They're literally mentioned all through the Constitution, everything. They're on every dollar. They're everything. They don't even believe in the system no more. But black people do. Niggas is, bro, how far behind we are mentally is laughable. It's laughable. You watch all those white people walk into the Capitol State building and thought nothing about it. You went right on to work the next day like nothing fucking just happened. Like the very people that you work for aren't now losing faith in the system that they created. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think happens once the people, once they finish destroying a system that they created because they don't believe in it anymore? And you're stuck still believing in the system. How do you think that turns out? We're falling behind. We're falling behind. Niggas think that the world is getting ready to go. It's not going back to normal. It's over. That normal shit, that went out the window 2, 3 years ago. The day that shit hit. Ever since that hit, it's over. There's no going back to normal. And niggas is still got hope. Like, yeah, shit just gone. You still believe in that check. That money is not going to spend forever. I swear to God. The time is ticking. The time is ticking. You got the people in the country who don't believe in the country no more. Then you got the people controlling the country who are destabilizing the country and killing the dollar every day, destroying the dollar. Like if I ain't know no better, I would think like, damn, are they purposely like you just look at like the stock market, inflation, and just different things like that. You have to think to yourself like, damn, are they purposely killing the dollar? Are they doing this on purpose? I think Strat broke it down very clear. The same milk that you paid 10 cents for, now it's going to take you $5 to get that same milk. That same exact gallon. The price of the milk, there's nothing changed about the value of the milk. The only thing that's changed is the value of the dollar. That's what we're failing to see. The milk ain't went up. Your dollar went down. Leave these discussions to the priest. I'm just going to be honest. Leave these discussions to the priest. This is not a discussion for everybody. And that's why I be saying everybody shouldn't be talking to black people. People, period. Everybody shouldn't be allowed to influence people. It's not for everybody. It's not. And we have to understand we are amongst agents. Some known and some unknown. They are agents. Sleeper cells. Sleeper cells. They only get activated when certain conversations are triggered. The certain discussions will trigger the agent in this sleeper cell to come alive. They will disrupt the whole discussion. Understand you are amongst agents and sleeper cells. The agents know what the fuck they doing. The sleeper cells just feel the rhetoric of the agents. They have no idea what the hell going on. Some opinions should stay in your head. If you are divested, divest. But you're not going to be around Africans talking that anti-African shit. Sorry. Not going forward. Not going forward. It's levels to this discussion. I've already stated that. It's levels to this discussion. When you start talking about the functioning of the world, how and how money is moving and how resources are distributed and all of that, you're talking about capitalism. And if you don't understand capitalism, you won't understand what you're up against. You don't. And I see it constantly. Our lack of understanding of capitalism, we believe that the reason why black people are in this predicament is just because we was just dumb. We was just that dumb. We didn't have financial literacy. That's why we're in these current conditions. No, understand how capitalism functions. Understand that. Understand that there's a need for poverty when you're talking about capitalism. They need that shit. It feeds off of it and it even seeks it out. Capitalism is not going to leave you alone. It's not going to stop until you have to participate in it. So that means if you've been living on your ranch or whatever it is, capitalism won't stop until eventually you have to start paying something to the system for that rent you've been living on. And if you don't, you're in danger of losing that range. Understand the destruction of the farming system. They didn't destroy it because of production. Well, excuse me. That's exactly why they did. They destroyed the farming system so that they can mass produce. Most people who farm, they only grow food that can sustain themselves, to feed themselves, that they want to eat. That's good for you. That's bad for the system. It's bad for capitalism. We need you to produce shit that other people need. And when you look at that system, we talk about, and I talked about the problem with the drought going on over there in the West and 40 million people losing power because of the Colorado River draining out. You know, it's a lot more to even dig into when we talk about that. A lot more functions of that water. You know who loses the water? Who's losing access to that water that they're running out of in Colorado? The farmers. The people who actually create the food. They don't, the first, put it like this, the first dibs to the water supply is the city. Cities get the first dib to the water supply. So the farmers are only now allowed to get whatever the city allows them to get when it comes to irrigation. This means that not only is the city running out of water, the farmers are running out of water to produce food. If you look at the crops and the soil when you go out west right now, the ground is dying. The ground is dying. They've killed it. They've overworked the land, destroyed the soil. They built dams everywhere that diverted the water other places. Mind you, they tried to starve out, and building the dams, they were starving out the natives because the natives were relying on the salmon to swim upstream. You build a dam, salmon can't swim upstream anymore where they lay their eggs. So not only are they killing off the food supply, the natural food supply, they're killing off the agricultural food supply. They're killing off the way that they even able to power the different cities. People aren't even going to be able to, I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. Like I said, I don't know if y'all understand exactly what's going on around you, but I can tell you this much. Africans ain't controlling shit. Y'all gotta stop that. Y'all are not gonna make us the fucking face the drug dealing and prostitution rings and all kind of other shit. Stop that. Niggas need a plug. Niggas need a plug. We're not the plug. We need a plug. We participate in these markets. We don't control them. Simply said. Like I said, man, with that being said, man, I'm going to get up out of here. I appreciate everybody that came through today. I definitely do. I appreciated the love. Like I said, man, if I hear that anti-African rhetoric, I'm going in. I'm good off that divest shit. Take that shit over there, bro, with that divested. Please, divestors, stay divested. Please. That's all I'm asking. Stay the fuck away from niggas. Stay the fuck away from niggas and problems that niggas are going through. With that being said, though, y'all, power to the dark side. Remember, if you are listening to this together, we are Babel. Let's build.
たった一つたった一つのたった一人たった一人の私はここ
Reparations on the table, nigga, we ain't seen shit. Put us under pressure, nigga, we ain't even sweat. Came out shining like a diamond in the middle, what's a mess? On Martin Luther King, bitch, we coming for a check. Headed to the Capitol to stake my feelings in the mind of a rat who you can't ride with me. I'm my only witness when I handle my business. Pull it from their hips, say bye-bye, Billy. No more time for no coasting, I'm on the highway focused. I ain't even smoking, I'm just riding my emotion. Both eyes open, I'm just trying to keep calm. Put an extra set of eyes on them doing recon. Knee deep in snow, say you try and keep going. Told him get up out the cold before my nigga deform. Every old wound seem to getting retorn. I'ma write deep poems to a nigga reborn. I'ma make a statement before I make it out alive. No Channel 5, I would rather make a lie. Before the news try to make a nigga out alive. But the pain in my eyes on a much bigger prize. 5-0 on both hands in the sky. Little do they know it's no plan to survive. I ain't finna give them no chance to decide. I'ma put they feet in both hands in the fire. Dancing in the fire like Eshak. You gon' test the water, never get both feet wet. We done overexposed the city defense to the overexposure indecent. They don't know they diving in the deep end. Ain't no way that they surviving through the weekend. Everything glowing in the flash like a beacon. Drowned in the flames, it's too late to let it sink in. Got 10 ways I can be vengeful. Sitting on 10 grenades, every last pinful. This guerrilla war, they don't know what they in for. I can hear them at the door trying to move in slow. I can hold them off, I got 3 shots. Taking every soul for at least 3 blocks. I can smell the fire burning through the sheetrock. Seeing bodies in the flame, nigga try and reach out. This is how you practice what you finna speak out. Thinking about the facts that they try to leave out. This is for my roots running through the deep south. Dying for a cause, what we finna beef out. If you ain't about the cause, what you finna beef out. Showing up deep, we gon' bring the streets out. Every man line up, showing what your street out. An independent state, what a nigga need now.